Okay. Hi there. This is our project for Bio 102, and we are studying mammals. So to start off, we have our distinguishing characteristics. The first characteristics is that all mammals have hair at some point in their life. Um, and some mammals, like whales and dolphins, end up losing their hair, but that is one key feature that they have in common. Another key feature is that they are vertebrates and that they are all warm-blooded. Another big factor is that they have mammary glands, and only the female males will produce milk for their young, and this helps them develop and mature. Other characteristics are that all mammals have one lower jaw that is made up of one bone. So you can see a picture here that's a human jaw, but it's the same for animals. And then also the mammals have four-chambered hearts. So important subgroups for mammals. There are three important subgroups. The first one is placental mammals, which are also known as eutherins. There are pouched mammals, which are known as marsupials, and then egg-laying mammals, which are monotremes. So there are examples of each of these mammals. A horse is a eutherin. A kangaroo is an example of a marsupial, and then I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but in in it's Nita. Excuse my saying on that, but that is an example of a monotreme. So to get into the different subgroups, the egg-laying mammals, which are the monotremes, are, I'd say, the most rare for us to encounter. Um, they are only located in Australia and New Guinea at this point in our lifetime. There are only 5 living species, and that is the platypus, the long-beaked echidna, the short-beaked echidna, and then 2 other variations of beaked echidnas. Um, so these monotremes do not have live births. This is unlike the other 2 subgroups that I will be talking about, but instead they lay eggs. So that is classified not as a live birth. They lay eggs like reptiles, and they also have highly modified snouts or beaks, and they have no teeth. So that's pretty interesting. The next one is pouched mammals, which are marsupials. Examples of these animals are kangaroos, wallabies, koalas, and possums. So marsupials have live births. They have short gestational times, which means that they have a short pregnancy. And the baby is born at a relatively early stage in the development. So once the baby is born pretty early, the young then crawls into the pouch of the mother and is nurtured from there. The baby will attach to the mother's nipple and get its nutrients from the mother, and this is where most of the development takes place. So because of this, nursing is essential to marsupials. Um, and a fun fact is they do have a placenta. Some people think that because they are not considered placental mammals, they don't have a placenta, but they do. It's just the difference in the placenta does not play a huge factor in nourishing the baby. Instead, it's that pouch and the mother's own nourishment through the breast milk. So the only living marsupial in North America that we have is the possum. And then finally, we have the placental mammals. So these are most of the mammals that we know. We are placental mammals as humans. Dogs and cats are examples. Rodents such as rats, and then bats are also placental mammals. And then I also have an example of elephants. Those are also placental mammals. And so this means that all of these animals also have live births, but these pregnancies in these mammals are much longer than the marsupial pregnancies. So their gestational period is much longer, and they are nurtured through the placenta of the mother. Kind of what I was saying before, that is where they get their nourishment, just like with humans, with live birth, we get our nourishment through the placenta. And so yeah, so placenta mammals can be herbivores, omnivores, and carnivores. There's a lot of variety in placental mammals, and
Hey guys, my name's Rob. I'm going to walk you through the second half of this presentation, and we're going to start off with evolutionary history. So, mammals have evolved to fit where they live, and their history shows that they have numerous adaptations to take advantage of different lifestyles. For example, mammals can fly, glide, swim, run, burrow, and jump, and they have all evolved to fit their environments. So let's start off with the first one. So mammals were believed to evolve from reptiles in the order of the Therospida in the Mesozoic era around 210 MA. And a lot of people called them like mammal-like reptiles. That's what they referred to them as. And as these reptiles went to evolve into mammals, they became carnivores, herbivores, and omnivores over time, and also had jaws developed that had muscles to open and close them, as well as a set of teeth that separate into canines, molars, and incisors. And that's going to move us on to the next slide with human evolution, which is the most important for you guys because that's our evolution. And it starts off with the Diropithecus, which is the common ancestor of humans and apes. And the next one is the Ramapithecus. Had thickened tooth enamel, strong jaws, and upright posture, and used hands for defense and eating. Increase in brain size and starting to get less hairy. That's going to be a common trend as the evolution goes, is that they start getting more upright and getting less hairy. And the next one is the Australopithecus. It lived on the ground and used stones as weapons and walked on two legs, and increase in brain size and less pronounced of a jaw and less hairy. So the Homo erectus believed that lived in communities and made tools out of cords, bones, and stones, hunted in groups and lived in caves, and believed that used fire. And then increased in brain size and less pronounced of a jaw and less hairy. The Homo neanderthal is the last evolution before Homo sapiens, which we are. And the biggest difference is that they're less hairy and that they have a smaller brain and a bigger jaw than we do. And for today, and then that's where it evolved into us, the Homo sapiens. And if you look on the chart to the right, the biggest difference essentially is that our brains got bigger and our skulls sort of got like smoother and rounder, and our jaws got less pronounced as well. And that's going to lead us on to our next slide. The ecological significance. So the role a mammal plays in the ecosystem is hard to define because of how diverse they are. Mammals can be carnivorous, herbivores, and omnivores. Mammals can live in every biome on Earth, from desert to tundras. You will find a mammal there. Some mammals are partially aquatic, while others, like the whale and dolphin, are fully aquatic. Except for those few species that are top predators, mammals are preyed upon by many other creatures, including other mammals. The other groups that typically prey upon mammals are predatory birds and reptiles. And topics of interest are this is significant to humans because we are mammals, and everything about mammals sort of includes this in one way or another. The largest animal in the mammal class is the blue whale. And the mammal class in general includes about 5,000 species placed in 26 different orders. And the smallest mammals are found among bats and shrews and can weigh as much as 3 grams. There was a fourth group of mammals, the Multituberculata, but they are now entirely extinct. And that's all we have for you guys. Thank you for listening to our presentation.